Okay, hello. Welcome to Trans in the AM. I'm your host, Aaron Green. Today I have with me Andrea Rovenski. We are going to be talking about some cool things. So yeah, let's get into it. How you doing, Andrea? I say as you take a sip of coffee.
Yep. Cut, restart the intro. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm doing pretty good. I
Unless.
woke up about 2 hours ago from a drunken stupor last night, and I'm feeling great.
Excellent. Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming on. I know how stressful it can be getting up so early, especially after a drunken stupor. So thank you.
I
Yeah,
try to wake up at like 6-ish every day,
yeah,
and it's been going pretty well.
that's good. All right, very cool. I do not have that willpower. 6 is too early for me, so uh, eh, what can you do, right? Well,
I
thank
mean,
you,
what you
thank
could
you.
do, you could get up at 6. That's what
Yeah,
you could do.
that's true. I could, but I don't know. That seems like too much effort.
That's true.
It's not worth it enough for me, I
I
think.
understand.
Yeah. So, well, let's go ahead and get into it. I did want to ask you a little bit about your channel. I know that you've been covering the protests in Elizabeth City for a long time now. You're
148 days in a row.
yeah, almost 150. You've almost got as many days as there are Pokemon in Kanto. It's incredible.
I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, you've
So,
almost got the whole Kanto
On
Pokedex.
Saturday, on Saturday, we'll have protested every single day for the amount of Pokemon in Kanto.
Nice, very cool,
That's
very cool.
incredible. I'm gonna tell the kids that protest with us. I'm gonna tell them about that, and they're gonna say, "What's Pokemon?" Because they're
Yeah,
kids, and
yeah,
that's
right,
what kids say now. Because Pokemon is for adults only now.
right, yep. I know they added like porn scenes to the new Pokemon games. Did you know that? Incredible. And yeah, your show actually has
No,
more
no,
episodes
no,
than there are Pokemon.
no. We're not. There are
What?
porn scenes in Pokemon. Is that a joke? Is
That is a
that
joke. Yeah, that's a joke.
okay?
Because of how much there's a lot of Pokemon porn.
Right.
There's a
I'm
lot.
very,
Yeah.
very,
Oh,
very
okay,
familiar.
okay,
I am very
okay.
familiar, but
All right,
yep,
all right.
yep.
So yeah, it takes a lot of energy to keep up with all that. What keeps you going? Is it just the coffee? Do you have like a secret ingredient? What's going on here?
Well, I consume multiple drugs all the time, not limited to spironolactone and estradiol,
Yeah.
though that is part of the cocktail. I am a frequent drug user, and I say that with not any endorsement whatsoever, of course. No, but to be serious, I just it's a cause that I care about, and it's a an opportunity that doesn't come around often. You don't really ever. I think like this is not something that every human has the opportunity to do. So I feel like it's worth it to live out the experience because this is a small town. Not that many people live here. The census data just came out and it said only about 18,000 people live here, right? So it's like, of those 18,000 people, how many of them have a really awful YouTube show where they can document things on a daily basis?
Right.
So it's like I feel like I feel like it's an obligation because it's a cause I believe in. It's something that doesn't happen often, and it's a small town that would otherwise be covered up
Hmm.
because national news left a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we don't really see a whole lot about the Elizabeth City protests in national news anymore. Um, it's pretty much just your channel that's covering it. So if it weren't for you, yeah, I don't think many people would know that things are still going on there. So
Yep,
yeah, thank you. It's incredible.
I try my best.
Yeah, so there are a lot of people in your community that join the protests, and I've seen a couple episodes, and I always manage to take a look at the crowd, and I see some familiar faces from time to time, and then I'll see some new people pop in and stuff, and I was just kind of wondering, what kind of role do you play with your community? Do they see you as like sort of an organizer figure, or
I hope
um,
not. Like I don't know. Like at this point, the protests are mostly composed of older people and kids. So I'm kind of like the only like adult who's not like a senior citizen. And so I'm kind of just like my role really is to be loud, I guess. Because I'm usually the one with the megaphone and I scream really loud because
Mhm.
everyone else doesn't really like screaming as much. So that's
Okay.
really my role. And they, um, the protest used to have a lot more people, and so it was a lot more decentralized, and everyone was just kind of free forming. But now we do like a very regular routine where we just walk around downtown sidewalks, and there's usually like somewhere between 5 and 10. Sometimes we have like 15 to 20 people show up on like month anniversaries and stuff. But really, my role is just to be loud, because people appreciate that I'm young and I'm loud, and I actually don't mind losing my voice for 6 days if I need to. So,
Right. Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's not a lot of people have the energy to kind of just keep pushing and keep being loud. And but I know kind of what you're talking about because, speaking from personal experience, not a lot of people at my job like to be loud and yell at HR and yell at our bosses with, things that need to be done. But I'm happy to do so. I'm happy to write as many strongly worded emails as it takes. I'm happy to go through as many in person interviews and be as abrasive as I can, if it means that this is what it
someone has
takes.
to do it.
Yeah. Well, I had a meeting with one of my HR people about being coming back into the office and COVID concerns and stuff like that. This was when we were starting to see like the big spike here in Florida at the top of the month, or was it at the beginning of July or
You're in
August?
Florida?
No, 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 no. I'm not
Oh, you
in
said
Florida.
here. You said here in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Florida.
No,
Were you
I'm
in
I'm
Florida
sorry.
at the time?
No, I'm in Colorado here, but I cited the Florida increase in cases as a
Sure.
reason for people to not um, want to come back into the office. And, they were a little bit receptive. I didn't think that I was really going to get anywhere. But then, a week later, an email goes around that says, yeah, you know what? Considering what's going on in certain areas of the country, we're going to make coming back into the office optional. So you don't have to. You can stay at home if you want. So everybody
There you
kind of got a
go.
big W from that. And, I'm sure I'm not the only one that was asking about it, but I know I was one of the few that was actually meeting with HR and yelling at people about it. So, yeah, I really admire that quality in you. I think that's a really important quality to have. So, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I try my best. And I feel like everyone has their things that they're good at.
Hmm.
And so like my profession at this point is speaking on a webcam. So it's like and like, researching and reading the news and history of protests and struggle. And so not everyone does that. A lot of people that participate in the protest may have gone to protests before, but like they don't necessarily read about like the history of protests and all that. I know my webcam is like doing that thing.
It's fine.
Um, but so like I feel like I just want to create like a positive atmosphere with my very specific skill set.
Hmm. I think we're good. Yeah. So, speaking of being loud, you're pretty loud on Twitter, known as being a little bit of a controversial figure, maybe a little bit of a firebrand. Um,
I was posting some hot takes last night
yeah.
and during my drunken stupor. I don't know.
Well, you know,
There's this controversial tweet going around where like this really cringy Twitter account called Occupy Democrats was being pro landlord, and I saw that when I was drunk, and I mean I honestly, I mean
yeah,
I don't know what I think about it, but any
yeah,
like get vaccinated, folks. I'm telling you right now. I mean, just do it.
yeah. Just get vaccinated. Well, throughout the years, I think your politics have kind of gone through a bit of an evolution. But there are still from time to time people that I encounter that think of you from your old politics. So, what would you say to people who still think of you as that old Andrea versus who you are now today? 1,300 episodes into Above It All.
I mean, like, this is a very complicated issue because, like, a lot of the things that I'm sure you're referencing, I don't believe in and never believed in. I have always been kind of like, even from a young age, someone who's just very interested in making people laugh. And so, for me, I was surrounded in gamer culture. And so I was told that, you say the most abrasive, disgusting statements possible, and people will find it funny. And so I did that for maybe a year or two and I stopped because I didn't believe in that kind of stuff. Um, And so it's like it's not like these are like evolution of beliefs per se. I was just apolitical at the time and didn't know anything, and I was a stupid teenager. And so I was just doing the 4chan shock humor, and it's dumb. It's
Yeah.
don't do it, folks.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. No, I mean, I think we had a discussion at some point about our past and stuff like that. So we're pretty familiar. But yeah, for those who don't know, Andrea's pretty cool. I like her show a lot. She's very left wing. She might come off a bit abrasive at times, but that's part of the
Yeah, I mean,
charm.
my thing is like I am like because I kind of grew up in like the gamer culture, I'm very aware of how like things people view as not important, like, memes can actually become really horrible. And so that's why like I spend a lot of time picking apart a lot of very specific niche topics in left-wing circles, like especially now that we've got this anti-vaxxer left going on. And I was kind of like one of the like the first people that was like really hardcore railing against these dumb motherfuckers. Am I allowed to say that on the show?
Yeah.
Um, and so I was going after these dumb motherfuckers, and I had these people tell me like, "Oh, why are you trying to divide the left?" And now, 9 months later, they're eating horse paste, and so like my specific like, upbringing, I guess, or like, just like what I used to be involved in made me really realize how these communities work. And they work on like, you know, testing the waters. Like, what can I say and what can I get away with? Can I get away with this? Can I get away with this? And eventually you're eating horse paste on camera. And Max, he's barking. And so like that's the thing is like, it's a unique skill set and it's a unique knowledge base that I have, and I want to bring that. And again, I've always wanted to make people laugh. So my thing is, yeah, I use a lot of swear words. I'm a normal person. I'm not going to pretend to be someone else. I've had like back in January when my channel started to get a little bit more popular, I had a lot of people that say if you just stop cursing, you're going to blow up. And I'm like, if I stop cursing, I will not want to do my show for 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Like it
Right.
will become a job, and like that's the kind of stuff. And so like I guess people like I don't know. There's not that many YouTubers in these circles that are actually like real people. I guess like, and that's not to say that everyone sells out. People have their different reasons like, for
Hmm.
wanting to be professional. I desire like if I ever become anything at all, I want it to be because of who I am and not because I put on a character. And so like I don't desire anything that's not, if I want to call someone a dumb motherfucker, I'm gonna do it. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think, and that's another part of the charm. I think is just the raw honesty that you
Sure.
can't get from like other news coverage and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Well, actually, speaking of Max the dog, I wanted to talk to you about some of your other interests too.
Max! I'm gonna
Max.
try to get him up here.
Okay.
Maxie! Maxie! He's just staring at me. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Huh,
What
what
do
do
you
you want, woman? What?
get over here?
Huh?
He's not moving. All right, cut. The
Okay.
show's over. Stop the
Show's
show.
over. That's it.
All right, go on.
Um, yeah, so some of your other interests, you're into speedrunning, and your website's name is speed.dog. Yeah.
That's correct.
How'd you get into speedrunning?
I got into speedrunning back in the gamer days.
Yeah.
So I was very poor as a kid, and so I only like my only ability to play video games was old games. So
Hmm.
even though I was born in 1996, most of my video game preferences are from either before I was born or around the time of my birth, and not like what normal people would be playing at the age of 6 through like fucking 12.
Hmm.
And so like my experience was like as a kid, I used to just play the same games over and over again. And then when I discovered speedrunning, it was just like, that makes sense. And so I
Yeah.
was like, oh, so you're telling me you can play the same game over and over again and then have like a tertiary goal connected to it? Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
So that was kind of my thing. And so I got like really, really into it for a very long time. And the speedrunning community is also notoriously like awful. And so like that goes back into what I was saying before. It's like I got into speedrunning because I thought it was cool. And then all of a sudden there's a bunch of people out there that are like, very cringy, very like awful. And I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll just go with it because I didn't think of it at the time. But yeah, the
Right.
speedrunning community is horrible, and it's one of the main reasons why I still do speedruns, but I don't interact with them in any capacity anymore.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. I actually had no context for the speedrunning community. Um, is it like all that kind of that same like 4chan edgy humor stuff?
Oh yeah, big time, big time.
Goodness. Okay. Well, um, are there any games that you like to play speedrunning more than others? I know you've done a lot of
Uh,
Mega Man.
Ooh. Well, let's go into my website named speed.dog. Um, when I discovered that you could have a like a whatever it's called after the period,
Hmm.
that's dog, I came up with the first thing that wasn't taken.
Okay.
And so when I made it at the time, I was still doing speed running and I was just starting like my political show. I think I made the website and I want to say 2019 and I started my show on January 1st, 2020. Um so I was still like kind of in that intermediate phase. I had quit streaming for a year around that time. And so I was just kind of like, just doing a lot of speed runs and I like dogs. So that's it. But yeah, as far as my favorite games are Mega Man and Doom games. Those are my favorites. I've done speedruns of every main series Mega Man game, so 1 through 11. I've done every main series X game, so 1 through 8. And I've played a lot of the spin-offs like Mega Man Legends, Mega Man Zero, and all that stuff. I still have to do runs of Mega Man Battle Network, but that's in the future. That's like
Oh,
30s. In my 30s, I'll go through Battle Network.
yeah. Okay. Okay. I love Battle Network, honestly. Those were some of my
I
favorites.
really liked it as a kid, but it's just like
Yeah.
it's not the same, right? So, but it's still Mega Man and it's still a good game, so I want to check it off the list at some point, but it's not the side scroller, So it's like
Yeah.
it's one that will require effort for me to actually get into.
True.
Whereas like
Yeah.
with Mega Man, like you can play one of them, get really good, and then you're just good at all of them.
Yeah.
And so the skill translates really easily. And the same thing with Doom. I do a lot of Doom speedruns of like, custom map sets and like
Mhm.
the expansion packs and stuff. And it's one of those things where you just like get good at one of them and you're good at all of them. And it's just a matter of like learning the specific routines of the levels. And so, and I get deep into these things because I'm a loser and have no life. So.
No, I like it. Well, I was considering getting into a Pokemon speedrun, but with Pokemon speedruns, of course, you've got like a little bit of random chance that can screw you over, like
Oh,
with
I'm
critical
familiar
hits
with
and stuff
random
like that.
chance.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna learn a Pokemon speedrun at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna learn the Pokemon Blue 151 Pokemon run.
Oh.
Where like it's like you glitch around the game and like you like spawn Pokemon that aren't supposed to be in Pokemon Blue, and it's like this whole elaborate thing. And then I realized like, do I like Pokemon enough for this? And the answer was no. But
No.
at one point, I was just gonna do glitchless runs of Pokemon Yellow.
Okay.
And I think like started I did like just a fun playthrough of it with the intention of like going again, and then I never went again. So, but I've
Yeah.
gotten close. There's an
Oh.
alternate universe, right? If you believe in the many worlds theory, there's an
Yeah.
alternate universe of me where I'm talking to you. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. So you go over there, and then Missing No pops up, but that is not this universe. I'm afraid
Damn.
we are not there.
We need the time machine. Go back in time and move that rock so that
Exactly.
Andrea becomes a Pokemon speedrunner rather than a Mega Man speedrunner.
It's
That's what
it
we
would
need to
have
do.
happened because I
Yeah.
loved Pokemon as a kid too. So I mean, it would have been up there.
I find it hard to do a speedrun of Pokemon because it's like, especially the older ones, when the text goes by so slow and the battles take so long, and I'm just like, I find myself falling asleep half the time.
It's
Like, I'll
That's
get
part of the
into
fun
it.
though. Like
Yeah.
there's the speed run where it's like you're fucking like mouse and keyboard. You're like oh my god, and then there's the speed run where it's just you know what to press at the right time, and it's enjoyable because I've done those like where like you're pressing buttons, your fingers are getting tired, you're sweating, but you can't wipe the sweat off of your
Yeah.
brow because there's no like 3 second like text screen for another 20 minutes,
Yeah.
right? And then Pokemon is just like that's the
Beep,
whole
beep,
run,
beep, beep, beep. Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. No, it's great. I love it.
Did you ever watch Twitch Plays Pokemon? Did you ever get into that?
I was aware of Twitch
Yeah.
plays Pokemon, but I thought it was cringe, unfortunately. So,
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Well, I mean, a lot of the time it was just the same, like running into the same wall as people like hit differing buttons trying to fight with each other and stuff like
the
that.
game
So
was completed, though. Am I correct?
yeah, it was like a 64 hour or some like total speed run or some shit like that, and they ended up finishing it. But like all the lore that people pull from it, like you have to extract like so many little small tiny scenes and then just cut them together because the rest of it is just literally you spinning around in a circle and opening the
Right.
menu and closing the menu over and over and over
Hmm.
again because people can't decide on what they want to do. So, yeah,
Yeah, I
I
remember when that was like a couple, like when I was like 40, 50 viewers for that,
mhm.
and that was like somewhat playable. And then it blew up, and
Yeah,
then that's where I was like, oh, it's just cringy. Like I like, because I remember when it was like like in like Route 1 and stuff. Like that's when I first found it.
right.
But then I stopped watching.
Yeah. Well, looking forward a little bit, I know you've got your show here. Do you have any other like short-term goals or long-term goals that you've been working on?
Well, actually, I don't have my show here. I've got it there. So I wanted to make that very clear distinction.
Over there.
Um, yeah, it's just way over there. I
It's
don't want to
just
think
over
about
there.
it.
It's in the
It's
corner. Yeah,
it's
it's hanging out.
whatever. But yeah, no, my short-term goals, I don't I like I my thing is that I want to do a show every single day. It's kind of like a blog. It's like a catharsis for me. Because reading the news, especially in this current era that we're in, will give you anger management issues. And so I use my show as like a way to get over that. But I don't really have any like goals. I mean, like, maybe I'll like get into writing. Maybe I don't know. It's something I've considered. But then also like the problem with getting into writing is like writing is so boring. Like and reading is so boring for a lot of people. So like if I did it, I would have to do it in a unique way that no one else has ever done before. And so that's kind of where I'm at. It's like if I do get into that, it's got to be in a way that's going to be interesting, and it's not like this is my argument and my reasoning for this argument is simple and logical and like no one
Yeah,
wants to read that. I mean,
right.
someone wants to read it, but not me. I mean, I'm just letting you know. As
No, that's
someone
fair.
as someone who has read many books on logical and factual things, it's no good. It's boring. I mean, it's no. There
Oh,
you
that
go.
tickles me a little bit. Well, so do you have any like strategies for like picking out news segments that you like over others, like just to hold on to for the next day's show or for today's show or whatever?
Well, I've got like a notepad, and so
Okay.
whenever I like exist, I'm alive, and so while being alive, I will find things that exist in the world with me. Sometimes those people are alive, sometimes they're no longer alive, and that's why I talk about it. But so like if I see something interesting, I'll just throw it in the notepad, and then so when I start the show, it's in no particular order, and I just pick from the notepad. Like sometimes I'll scroll through Google News live on stream if I'm like really bored and desperate. And I like the randomization of it.
Yeah.
And so, but like I really do not have that much of a like I used to focus more on like the legislative thing and like all that, but that's so fucking boring and no one gives a shit. Like I don't care what Joe Biden's doing. He's not doing enough. Like in the most recent thing he did with the vaccine mandate, where it's like, oh yeah, you can either get the vaccine or not. I mean, like, what
Yeah.
does that mean? So I
Yeah.
mean, it's all just so boring. And so like, especially over the course of the summer of last year, I got really into just covering protests and covering like direct action, covering like actual things that affect actual people, because that's more so what I care about. And one of my like specific niches, I guess, is police brutality and corruption. I focus on that tremendously. I try to have like whenever I see any sort of major police scandal, I try to cover it.
Excellent. Yeah. I mean, well, you gotta like go with what interests you because if you're not interested in the topics that you're covering, you're not gonna enjoy doing it, and people aren't going to
Exactly.
enjoy watching you. Um,
Exactly. I mean, like that's the thing is like I do a lot of like also making fun of stupid people segments. That's one of my favorite things in the world. Cause like as like a comedian, like when someone says some dumbass bullshit and you just like play the video and it's them saying dumbass bullshit and then like you just say what they said but in a funny voice, it's
yeah.
gold. I mean, it
Yeah.
gets, it's gold. The super chats start rolling in like, all right, okay.
Yeah. There you
Right?
go.
But I mean, like, there's a lot of things I could do that would like garner more popularity or whatever, but like I just choose not to. Like when the protests started here in Elizabeth City, like, I used to get like 120 viewers a stream and then like I went down to like 40. And so I'm still like trying to catch back up on that, but it's like, if you don't like covering protests, all right, don't watch the show. If you only watch my show because I was talking about Kamala Harris saying do not come, okay, I mean, that's fair. But I mean, my thing is, again, it's just I want to try to be as unique as possible. I want to fill a void that isn't filled, and that's kind of what I do.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. I think that's a good aspiration to have. Um, well, honestly, I'm a big fan of your show. I really like it. I think it's
Wait
really
for it.
difficult.
Wait. I like your show too. Oh my God. Fuck.
Oh,
Holy shit.
look at us flirting in the AM. Oh my God, that's the name of the new show now. It's flirting in the AM,
Oh
not trans in the
no. Oh
AM.
no.
That's how
Stop
it
the
goes.
show.
But yeah, no, I think it's pretty hard to walk that line between. I think I see a couple memes about this from time to time where it'll be like, leftists when they're talking about news and everybody's asleep, and then leftists when they're talking about drama and it's everybody's doing cocaine or some shit like that. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like it's drama's very it draws in the viewers. It really does.
That's
People
my
want to hear
thing is
about
that
drama.
like drama, I love drama. Like don't get me wrong, I love drama, but I'm not going to participate in drama as in like look at this person. They said something so silly. Here's why it's silly. I'm just going to call them a stupid fucking fuckface and
Yeah,
then I'm going to make fun of them. And that's what not enough people do on in left-wing media is when like Jimmy Dore goes out there and says something stupid, someone else is going to be like that's so stupid and here's why it's stupid and then like people don't care like no one cares that you think it's stupid everyone knows it's stupid
yeah.
right like so like my thing is I'm just I'm just here to make people laugh. I want people to have a good time. Like if someone says something stupid, it should like everyone should be cackling at it in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well, I think shows like yours and even I would say Majority Report to an extent, I think you're pretty similar to.
Oh
In that
yeah, oh yeah,
you
I
cover
try
some
my
news
best.
subjects and you also like don't you're not afraid of making fun of people. So I think it's a pretty good comparison there. But I definitely like it. I think filling a niche that you find is definitely the way to go. So yeah, it's hard to walk that line between engaging in just bullshit drama for clicks and engaging in meaningful political content that people care about. So finding a way to combine the two is definitely a way to kind of, uh, I don't know, put the pill in the cheese. For example, like get them to just take the political news with the little cheese of drama there. So
I love cheese and I
yeah,
love pills.
yeah. Well, there you
I
go.
what can I say? Holy mackerel.
But yeah, so uh, anything else you wanted to talk about? Do you have any subjects or anything you wanted to bring up?
You're putting me on the spot. Oh fuck. I don't know.
Do you have
I
any
don't know.
projects that you're working on currently? Any upcoming things besides just the next episode of Above It All?
I don't know. I mean, like that's like my I guess I want to like do. I was considering doing more different kinds of shows, like maybe a Q and A kind of thing once a week or something. But then
Hmm.
it's also like I just answer questions during the show anyway, so I don't. I don't know. Like my shit is so like just free form. I throw everything into one thing. Like and above it
Okay.
all, it's just like everything in one show. Like it's me like being a dumbass, like making stupid jokes, doing like characters and like, pretending to be like MAGA people, pretending to be like Jimmy Dum Dum fuckers. Like I love doing characters. I love making fun of people. I love doing very serious fucking like soliloquies where I'm speaking for like 15 minutes. My eyes are blurry. I can't even see straight because I'm so
Right.
in it. Like I just do whatever I do. It really depends on the mood when I start the show, and it depends on like what drugs I'm using at the time.
Fair enough. If it ever got to the point that I was able to do a YouTube show without having to also work a job, the thing that I would probably really get into is like using props and getting costumes and doing like characters and taking full advantage of the green screen here and doing all
Sure.
kinds of backdrops and stuff like that. That's what
See,
I'd.
I was considering getting a green screen at some point, but
Hmm.
also I just like having the like, yeah, this
Yeah.
is how I live. I mean, I got shit all over the floor,
Damn, you live.
you know. I also run an eBay store, so I got like boxes all
Oh.
over the floor, like I've got like my clothes unfolded. I've got
Hmm.
like various toys. I've got, I'm a loser. I don't know what else to say.
I didn't know you
So,
run an
and
eBay store.
oh yeah, oh yeah, big time. But yeah,
That's
you've got
interesting.
the green screen, you've got like the scrolling background, you've got like the transparent or translucent text, You got like that whole picture in picture. Not me.
Yeah,
That's my laundry basket. And there's a
yeah.
dog somewhere too.
I get really into it. I've been into like live broadcast stuff since I was in high school. We had a media
Sure.
class and I was like balls deep into that, you know. So I really enjoy it. I just like setting up the graphics and doing the streaming even like even if I don't
Yeah,
turn on stream.
I like doing the practical stuff. Like
Yeah.
sometimes like people might not notice this. Sometimes I put Easter eggs in the background. It's been known to happen. Look through the show's history, you might find some Easter eggs. I think that that's super fun. I know there's a lot of people that have like there's like a lot of people have a studio, like these
Yeah.
like left wingers that have a studio and they wear a suit and tie and they've got like the little lights on. It's like
Yeah.
that's cringy, bro. When you could just have this. I mean, like
Right?
this is pretty good.
I love it. Honestly. Kyle Kalinski's set is super cringe.
And then yeah, he's got that like framed YouTube, but oh my god, like I just want
I
to
get it
slap that
though.
motherfucker in
I
the
get
face.
it, but yeah, you're
I
right.
don't. I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
In fact, I won't.
Do you watch any craft YouTubers?
Kraft, like the macaroni and cheese brand,
Yeah, yeah. No, but I mean like people that like build stuff and
like
hobbyists and stuff like
Minecraft.
that. Like have you ever heard of Mark Rober?
No.
Some like NASA engineer or something that runs a YouTube channel now and he does design courses where he teaches like physics and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. But he has some like goofy videos where he sets up like a maze for squirrels to run through. Um, but we've been watching this craft YouTuber pair called Evan and Caitlin, and they specialize in like resin and making all kinds of like cute little things out of resin. And one of the
What
things that
is
they made,
resin?
resin is like, oh gosh, what's the best way to explain it? It's like a liquid that you pour out of a container or whatever, and then like you can suck all the air out, and it'll harden, and it'll turn into like a clear.
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
I
like
got you.
yeah. So you get what I'm saying here.
Yes, I
Um,
get it. I
and
understand.
yeah, so one of the things that they made was they have like heat sensing powder or something like that, like the stuff that you would find on like a mood ring almost. You know how
Sure.
it warms up and changes colors. So they put that and they resined it on a toilet seat. So when you sit down and you take a shit, it warms up, and then you get up and then you see an imprint of your ass on the toilet seat. Isn't that fantastic?
That is incredible.
Yeah,
That is incredible. I mean, like, I'm sure you could also like sell those imprints online.
absolutely you
I'm
could.
sure. I'm sure I could.
Yeah. Yeah, people would pay big, big money for that.
Big money, lots of
Big
money.
money. Lots of money. Loads of
Hmm.
money.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
What?
I honestly haven't had much time to watch YouTube lately.
Yeah.
Like with all the protesting and then like just like I'm going through a lot in like my actual life as well. So I'm like, I don't have that much time. So it's like I used to like, just watch like a lot of political podcasts and like, I'm like, I like space. So like I'll watch some astronomy stuff. But I just don't have time for that anymore. So
Yeah.
whenever I'm on YouTube, I'm probably just like listening to like a music like playlist for like 30 minutes and then that's it. I'm out of coffee.
Oh goodness. Well, I think this is a good time. I do appreciate you coming on the show with your limited time frame here. Thank you for making time for me this morning. Was there anything else you wanted to add here before we wrap up?
No, except for anyone listening to this should absolutely watch my show. What time do you air this broadcast?
Usually
Emphasis
9
on
a.m.
broad?
Yeah.
Okay, so after you're done watching the broad, do a cast of some sort. You can watch another broad, that's me, do a show at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I wait, is not 9 a.m. Mountain Time? That's after
Yeah.
my show.
You should go
Oh,
watch
fuck.
Andrea's show before you
Of
watch my
course.
show. That's right. You
Yeah, that's
warm up with
actually
Above It
correct.
All and then come
Right.
for Trans in the AM to cap off the
Yes,
morning. Yeah.
it's like like you get really hot and then there's like a cooling sensation and you're the
Right.
cooling sensation
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. All I know is you should subscribe. Or don't. I mean, you don't have to subscribe. You can watch my show without being subscribed. That's fine. I don't, the subscriptions don't really do it for me. It's more so the watching. But That's all or you could give me money. That's an option as well. That's, I like money. In fact, wait, I've got some money right here, I think. Look, see, I got some money right here. So
Oh,
I do like
nice.
money.
There you
I'm
go.
actually I specialize in money, actually. One of the things that I do for a living is acquire money.
Yeah.
So in that way I can study it. So this bill was signed by Stephen Mnuchin, as you can tell, because he doesn't know cursive.
Oh,
So
wow. Oh,
yeah, there you
God.
go.
I
It's
haven't
it's
seen
really
paper
good
money
stuff.
in forever.
It's
Oh.
it's really good stuff. But yeah, so I like money. So if you want to help out with my my attempt to acquire money, that would be pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you got to catch them all, right? That's the point.
It's exactly
Got to
correct.
catch all
That's
the
exactly
monies.
correct.
Yeah. Well, I also, real quick, if you don't mind, I heard you got into Bitcoin. How's that going for you?
I do mind.
Okay.
No,
All
I'm
right.
just kidding. Yeah, no, I've been in cryptocurrency since 2017, and I recently put out a very good clip. I don't know how much money I have. You don't know how much money I have, and it's good that way. I want to
Yeah, there you
not
go.
know how much money I have. That's my preference. Because if
All
I
right.
know how much money I have, then I plan my life around it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I've got, $20. Let's go get some alcohol. Let's go to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got $4. All right, let's not. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
how much money I have. Let's just do nothing.
Fair.
But yeah, no, I'm a pro cryptocurrency left winger. I know it's a hard, it's another niche. There's not that many of us out here. Um, I just think my thing is like I treat cryptocurrency like I treat like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Pokemon cards, right? It's just like,
Sure.
it's just bullshit. It's all
Yeah.
bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Like if you think Bitcoin is bad, but like you don't think the USD is bad, or you don't think any other currency is bad. I mean, it's all bullshit. Everything is made up. Like the way I see it is like, modern monetary theory suggests that money is fake. There is no such thing as money. And like we have like total amount of resources on the planet to produce quality life for literally everyone. So all money is fake. It's all worthless. So I don't know if I can fuck around with a couple $1,000 and maybe get rich. Fuck it, why not? And if I
Yeah.
lose it, well, I'll be filing bankruptcy. But that's another. We'll get into that one later. That's gonna be how it started, how it's going. So
All right. Well, fair enough. Well, I think I've kept you for long enough. Thank you again for coming on the show.
you have actually kept me for way longer than it was scheduled for. I'm looking at my. I don't wear a watch, but I'm looking at it. And I'm like Joe Biden at that thing. Remember when you looked at the watch, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
that's bad because you're not supposed to. You're not the president knowing what time it is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But yes, you've kept me on for a long time. Like what's your average show length? Are we going for a record here? Like what's the record?
Well, average show for like Monday through Thursday is like 3 or 4 minutes tops.
Right, so this is a lot longer.
Yeah, well, Fridays are gonna be. I had an
Sure.
interview with Emily last week, and that went close to an hour. It was like 45 or 50 minutes or something like
Okay,
that.
how long have we been going?
Yeah, about 40 minutes. Yeah.
40 minutes. So we're not going to get the record. Is that
I
what you're
guess
telling
not.
me?
Yeah.
Could I
No.
filibuster though? Like, is that
Could you
possible?
filibuster? I
Like, could
mean,
I?
we
Is that
haven't
actually?
we haven't eliminated it yet, so I mean, go
That's
for it.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. We could still keep going. Well, I mean, I like dogs. I think they're pretty cool. I have a dog. He doesn't really want to do anything right now, but you know, um, uh, so I still don't have a watch. Um, but yeah, yeah, it's a good show you got here. Do you do clips? Have you thought about doing clips? Like, you know, Andrea, talks about Bitcoin, and then that's gonna go viral or something.
No, I haven't really thought about doing that because I like leaving the longer form stuff on Friday for people to consume and digest over the weekend. I like
Sure.
having a longer kind of um, less nuanced interview or less cut up interview because it gives people something to just like put on in the background and just keep going, you know?
Sure.
So,
But how are you gonna get those, like, the search engine optimization? Have you thought about optimizing the search engine?
Yeah, I've got your name here in the tags, and that's all I need,
That's true,
honestly.
actually.
So,
I'm people are gonna look me up, and then
yep,
in the litany, in the ocean of cringe,
exactly. Yep,
they're
I'm gonna
gonna
be right
find
there
this
at the top.
video.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I hope you're at the top. You know, that's my ideal world, but it's probably not gonna be the case.
Yeah.
I Googled my name at some point, like over the last month or so after the protests, like, and I'm in a lot of news articles, so that's cool.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
people are gonna see, news articles, and then this bitch, and I'm
Yeah.
pointing at the viewer, actually, the viewers who I'm pointing at, you, the person watching this. That's right.
I can't get my point right.
We're breaking the fifth wall. You know how they say that, there's the term fourth wall? Well, actually, my room has like, these diagonals. So I actually
Yeah.
have multiple walls. So instead of breaking the fourth wall, I just break the fifth wall because I figure no one's done that before.
Well, there you go.
People are
You
just
got
stuck
enough walls.
breaking. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've got like a sixth and seventh wall too. So
Oh,
there's a
wow.
lot going on.
There's room for a sequel.
There is. I always like to plan sequels. Everything I
Yeah.
do, I like numbers. That's why I like speedrunning, and that's why I've done over 1,000 podcasts. Like one of the
Yeah.
big motivations to do a show every day is that I'm like back during in January when January 6th happened, I was doing like 2 to 3 shows every day,
Hmm.
and I was seeing the number go up. I was like, oh man, we're doing another one. Let's get it. Right. So I love the numbers. I love, I've got the multiple amounts of walls. I've got as well as numbers, I have, money. Money has numbers on it going back to
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah. There you
We
go.
actually have serial numbers. This is a classic bit. So the serial number for this money is PC 225 45962A. So
Oh,
anyone out there, go look at your $10 bills. I'm gonna spend this today. Right. So I want everyone to go for the rest. Anyone watching this in like 4 years from now, look at your $10. It might be this one. It's very
yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
It's you never know. So like that's the thing. Is this good? I'm
Yeah.
just
No,
freestyling here.
this is fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is some good content. All right, I'm going for
Yeah.
the record. I'm filibustering.
I love
Just
it.
tell
I
me
love
when
it.
I've achieved the record, and then I'll immediately leave. I'll just
Oh.
abandon you with no outro. I'll just leave. It'll be like, oh shit, what do I do? And
Oh.
then that's the show.
Yeah. Well, I think we can just go ahead and cap it off here. Thank you again for coming
Is
out,
that like
Andrea.
your professional way of like telling me
Yeah.
to shut the fuck up? Is that what that is? Like, you need to go somewhere? Because like I need to go somewhere in like 10 minutes, but like fuck it,
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, if I can annoy someone for having the graciousness of allowing me on her show, if I can just make that a horrible and miserable experience for everyone involved, I'm willing to do so. I mean, I have no problem with that.
Okay, well, fair enough. I'll add the spikes around the border here for your convenience, and
The spikes?
yeah, well, you got to make it uncomfortable, right? So we got to have like some kind of spike here pushing in on the
Oh,
flesh to make it
oh,
uncomfortable all the time.
oh, oh God.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
All
I'll
right,
put the spikes
I
around the
didn't know
border.
we're getting okay. I thought you were talking about like, spikes as in like the spike protein of the
Oh,
coronavirus. Yeah, the
yeah,
spike protein,
yeah. That's
or like
uh-huh. Or
yeah,
like Spike from
spike
Buffy the
from
Vampire
Rugrats
Slayer.
or yeah, that
Yeah,
too. I
yeah.
was thinking about a kids
I'll just
cartoon,
put
but
like
that's
copies of
also
his face all the way
there
around.
you go. A lot
Yeah,
of spikes.
yeah. A lot of spikes.
I'm sure there's more spikes. Like the isn't that a television network?
Spike TV. Yeah,
That's
we could
does
put the
that still
Spike
exist?
TV all the way around the border too. We could
Okay, what do
do
they do?
let's do all of it.
Let's just do all
Let's do
that's gonna
actual
be
spikes. Let's do like
right.
railroad spikes, right? And then we'll do Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Spike from Rugrats like
There you go.
alternating, right? And then we'll
Or
do the Spike TV logo just like
what
with
about
a
spokes?
spokes like
Right?
on a
Like it's a
bicycle
typo.
wheel.
Yeah, like you just the O and the
Oh,
I are actually right next to each other on the keyboard,
yeah.
right? So it's like it's just a simple mistake.
Yeah, let's intersperse like one or two spokes there as typos. Let's
People are
do
not
that.
gonna know what the fuck's going on. They're gonna
Yeah.
think, oh shit, it's all
They'll have to
falling
watch
apart.
to the end. Just watch to
They're
the
just
end.
gonna
Then
have to. I mean,
yeah,
there's no reason not to. When you really think about it, like, what else are you gonna do with your fucking life? Like, let's be honest. If you're
exactly.
watching fucking Trans in the Am, like, it's
It's
too
over
late
for
for you
you.
as it
Yeah,
is.
it's
I mean,
over. It's over. You're already mine. I've already captured you in my Pokeball.
it's whoa,
Yep,
whoa, whoa,
that's right.
whoa.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for coming out. It was a pleasure to
One
have
more
you.
thing. One more
Yeah,
thing. Now, I noticed you said pokey.
Pokey.
Some people say poke.
Poke. Yeah.
Like Yeah, where do you fall on this debate? You're a pokey?
Well, no, I just kind of like interchange them. It doesn't really matter to me. Yeah,
Okay, both sides. I
yeah,
see. All right. Fence sitting. Okay,
yeah.
I understand.
Exactly. I'm a
All
centrist.
right.
I'm a pokey poke
I'll allow you
centrist.
to. I'll allow you to tell me to shut the fuck up if you feel like it. That's your show. I don't mean to make this a horrible experience. I hope you'll invite me on again at some point. I hope
Of
that
course.
this isn't like I'm gonna find out I got banned and I'm gonna be like, I wonder why. Like, I wonder what happened.
No, no. I'm thinking what we'll do here once we get to like 100 episodes is I'll have every Friday guest on at the same time, and then you all just battle royale. Just go for it.
What does
Yeah,
that
like
mean?
Hunger
Like
Games.
filibuster? Like I'll last. I can
Yeah,
do like
yeah. Whoever
hours.
last person standing. That's it.
What do I
Yeah.
then what? No,
Then
I'm just the last person standing and
then
then I
you
go
get the
home.
crown. We're gonna have a
I
crown.
get a crown?
Yeah, we're gonna have a crown, a
Are you one
championship.
of those people that says like crown instead of crayon? Is that what you're referring to? Or like
Crayon?
am I
No,
yeah, like so
no,
an
like a
actual
crown
crown?
that you put on your head. Yeah,
Like a crown,
like a
okay?
princess crown. Yeah.
Not confused with the brand of
We could do
liquor.
a tiara if you like a tiara instead. We
Tiara?
could do a tiara.
Okay, that's possible. I mean, we could do that. I mean,
Yeah.
you could do that. I'm not going to, but if you want to
Okay.
do that,
Yeah.
because that's a lot of work.
Well, we could also do a sweatband. So just do a sweatband instead.
Sweatband?
Just have a yeah, just like
Okay.
all the way
All
around.
right. That's
Yeah.
cool. I don't know about that though. I
That
don't
it
sweat.
would help when you're going outside and protesting, right? It would
That's
keep the
true,
sweat.
actually. That's
Yeah.
true.
There you go.
But
See?
you know, as you can see, my hair is unbrushed. Look at this. Look at I got one hell of a knot back here. I
Oh
haven't even
goodness.
be so sweatband. I mean, the damage is already done. So I don't know what to say. It's already it's too late for me. Look at
Yeah.
this. This should be the thumbnail. I'm just like I'm disheveled. I'm like, oh my god. Like I don't know what's going
All
on.
right, clip it and ship it. Let's go.
All right, let's go. So is this over? Is it done?
Yeah, we can wrap up. Thank you all so much for coming out. It has been a pleasure. Thank you again, Andrea, for showing up. Go check out her channel. Go subscribe. I don't care what she says. Go subscribe. And yeah, take care and stay unique.
They're optional.
Huh?
They're optional. You don't have to.
No, no, it's not optional. You do have to. You do
No,
have to
don't
subscribe
do
to
it.
Andrea. Go do it.
Just make it your homepage, and that's all I need.
All
all I
right.
want.
Thank you again. Have a good day.